Okay, hello again. This is Mr. Abdurrahman Dawi with another video. This problem was sent by one of your friends, and in this problem, he requested that I solve this part. So I'm just gonna, since this question has two parts, there's no way that you understand how you can solve the second part without understanding the first one. So the first one is more like a baby step towards solving the next part. I'm sure that Mahdi solved the first part successfully, but I need to explain a few things before we go to B part. The question is asking you and giving you this certain information. It's giving you some sort of a curve, as you can see here. This is a curve, and this curve is represented as this equation, saying that this equation, this graph is represented as this equation, y equal 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. The first request is to use the graph to find an estimate for the solution of the question of the equation 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 0. Give your solutions correct to one decimal point. So when you see this kind of problems that is giving you an equation of a graph, the equation of this graph is y equal 2x squared minus 4x minus 1, and is asking you to find an equation, to find a solution for the equation represented as 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 0. I wrote 0 to the left side of the equation purposely so you can understand how you can build a relation between a given information. This is a given equation, and this is requested to solve. Requested to solve. The idea is to make sure that these equations, that the right side of the equation equal to each other, and since, as you can see, you're gonna pass by them term by term. As you can see, the 2x squared is the same, the term that has minus 4x is the same, the minus 1 is the same. As you reach an equivalent right side, now you're gonna start looking at the left side. The left side saying that you have y here and you have 0 here. What you conclude from this, it means that the solution of 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 can be found using the equation of straight line. What is this equation of straight line? It's this equation actually. This is actually representing an equation, the equation of y equals 0. Now y equals 0 is gonna enable you to find the solution for the 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. But how you can do it? First of all, when you look at the graph, what does the y equals 0 means? From our study to the graphs and our basic understanding, I know that the x-axis, I understand that the x-axis itself can be represented as what? If you understand what I'm talking about, can be represented as y equals 0. The same thing when it comes to the y-axis. The y-axis itself can be represented as an equation of what? As an equation of x equals 0. So from this understanding, I know that the x-axis is actually the straight line. So the y equals 0 is it's the same as, is actually nothing but the x-axis itself, x-axis. So the x-axis is gonna enable me to solve this equation. Now the idea how it can help me to solve this equation, basically to find the intersection that happens, the intersection, I'm going to use the red color, the intersection that happens between the x-axis and the curve that we use to solve this equation. So the intersection between the x-axis and the straight line, or the y equals 0, is representing a solution for your equation. Now the idea is asking you to do what he said, estimate. So estimation, it means that you're gonna do the calculation, you're gonna look at the graph and you try to do it as an estimation. I mean, this point looks to me as this point here is representing, I mean, as x equal 2.2, okay, while this point, this is equal to 2.2, while this one here looks like minus 0.1, so x equal minus 0.2. So the solution means that this is actually what he wants. He wants you to write the solution, find the solution, and you write it correct to one decimal. So solution of x squared minus 4x minus 1 are, there are two of them. X equal 2.2, remember, one decimal point, or x equal minus 0.2. Clear? This is the part, the first part that was actually solved by Al-Mahdi, but right now I'm gonna show you how you can solve the next one. Now this is the part A. Okay, the same idea, you can use it to solve to find any possible equation that is similar to the first equation was given to you. The idea is that you have an equation was given to you, and any equation is given to you similar to that curve, you try to make the right side of the two equations equal to each other, so you can find the straight line that enable you to find the solution. Now look at how you can solve the next one now. The question is like this: by drawing a suitable straight line, the same thing here. He's asking you to find out the straight line that enable you to solve what? To solve this one right now. Now we have a different thing. We have x squared minus x minus 1. So he wants you to draw a straight line, but before you can draw the straight line and find writing your solution correct to one decimal, you have to find the equation of this straight line. So how we can find the equation of this straight line? Now our curve, if you remember, I'm gonna clean things here since we explained everything. Now we are handling the second thing, which is a little bit different. Now I know that my curve has an equation of y equal 2x squared minus 4x minus 1, right? And the equation of the line that I'm trying to explain and I'm trying to find is actually representing what? X squared minus x minus 1, and intentionally I'm making the 0 on this side. Why is that? Because the strategy to solve, to find the straight line, to make this side equal to this side. Clear? So let's talk about how you can convert. Basically it's about convert this, convert it into this. This is the idea of how you can solve any similar question related to graphs, guys. You're trying to make the right side equal to each other, so you can construct a straight line equation. Okay, now let's talk about how you can find. First of all, look at the first term. Here you have x squared, and the curve is actually equal to 2x squared. It means that you have to do what? The first thing that you have to multiply in 2. Okay, so when you multiply in 2, your right side is going to be equal to what? Or this equation is going to be equal to what? It's going to be equal to 2x. You're going to multiply it actually in 2x, or we will say that we're gonna, because sometimes you need to do something in separate terms. What is the idea of this? adding x square. Okay, because what you need to do, I mean you need to be careful when it comes to these operations, because you need to apply it only on this part here, because it's a little bit sensitive to do something or do an operation that applies on all the terms at the same time. So you take it slowly, step by step. And here, as I said, you have an addition of x squared. So when you add x squared, you're gonna end up by having what? By having 2x squared minus x minus 1. Now I'm gonna try to use a different color coding. Sorry, it's getting glitchy again. I'm gonna try to fix it. So again, now I'm gonna use this color, as I said, to explain the operations with different color. So what we did is adding x squared. Now this is the first process. Okay, the second process is to do what? We have minus x here and you have minus 4x. It means that we have to subtract x. Okay, so we're gonna subtract 3x. This is the operation number 2. So when you're subtracting 3x, what's gonna happen to this x? That's gonna be minus 4. So your equation now is gonna be equal to what? It's gonna be equal to 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. Okay, as you can see, now our equation is becoming the same as the equation of the curve, 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. It means now, since we operated this, this is the first operation, adding x squared, subtracting 3x. You need to understand that everything that you apply to the left side, to the right side, shall be applied here on the left side. What is the meaning of that? It means that this 0 that you see here is gonna suffer from everything that you did to the left right equation. If you understand, when you do anything to any algebraic equation, you have to do the same thing to the left side. So the 0 is actually gonna be added to it, plus x squared and minus 3x. What is the idea that I'm trying to explain? It means that this side, or this 0 here, is gonna be equal to what? Or this equation in total is gonna be with this form. It's gonna be x squared minus 3x equal to 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. What is the meaning of this? It means that this side now, this 0, is actually equal to y. What is the meaning of this? It means that this is representing what? Is gonna lead to having y equal to what? This is the y that I'm talking about. This y is gonna be equal to this 0 after doing all the operations. Y is gonna be equal to x minus 3x, x squared, pardon me. What is this? What is this equation? This equation is representing your straight line. So now this is your equation. As you can see, this is the equation, or this is the equation of the straight line that can give you what? That can give you a possible solution for this equation. Okay, so how we can use this straight line to solve this equation? As we said, now we're gonna take this line here. You're gonna try to solve how you need to draw this line on the grid. Basically, you have a curve here, okay, and you're gonna construct the straight line if you understand the basics, and you're gonna figure out where these lines exist on the x-axis. Okay, this is gonna be your first solution and this is gonna be your second solution. So now before we can draw our line, you need at least, if you remember, you need at least 2 points to draw this graph. So when I talk about finding a point, first assume that x equal minus 1, as I taught you. So when x is equal minus 1, what's gonna happen to the equation? Y is gonna be equal to what? It's gonna be equal to minus 1 squared minus 3 multiplied in minus 1. So y is gonna be equal to 1 plus 3, which is gonna be 4. So what's the meaning of that? It means that the first coordinate point is gonna be -1 and 4. Do the same thing to create another point. Here we're gonna say that x equal 1. If x equal 1, it means that y is gonna be equal to what? It's gonna be equal to 1 squared minus 3 multiplied in 1. So your y is gonna be equal to 1 minus 3, which is gonna be equal to -2. So the second coordinate point beside this one is gonna be 1 and -2. Now we're gonna use these two coordinate points to draw this straight line that is gonna give you the solution or the possible solution. How you can do that? -1, 1 and -2 and -1. Basically, we need to find the coordinate of both of these 2 points. And remember, the first one is -1 and 4. The second one is actually 1 and -2. So we're gonna try to find where's the -1 and 4. -1 and 4 is gonna be here. Okay, this is the first point. This is the point of our straight line, -1 and 4. And the second one is gonna be 1 and -2. 1 and -2. So this is the second point. Now what you need to do is to draw a straight line from this point to this point. Clear the idea? So you're gonna draw, I'm gonna try to do it more accurately so we have a better estimation for our solution. So the straight line between these 2 points is gonna be this. Now where's the intersection happening? It happens at this point and it happens at this point. Now when you try to draw an estimation for this solution, this is gonna be the point, and this one is gonna be actually something around 1.3. 1.3. Sorry, I'm gonna use the freehand pen. So this is actually x. The first solution is equal to 1.3. Okay, 1.3. I'm gonna draw with the red color. X equal to 1.3. This is the first solution. The second solution, we try to find the solution, is gonna be something around this. It's gonna be something around this, I think. So it's gonna be equal to 5, 6, 7. It's gonna be 0.8, minus 0.8. So the second solution is gonna be minus 0.8. So what is the meaning of this? This is representing the estimation of the solution. It means that the solution or solutions for x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0 is actually what we said they are: x equal 1.3 or x equal minus 0.8. And remember, we said that we have to write into one correct to one decimal point. I hope that this video was fulfilling the idea, because it's not a hard topic. At the same time, it's not an easy topic. But the graphs, in usual, from my experience with you guys, it is always an issue, because I'm not gonna talk about this effects right now, but graphs is just all about practicing. If you practice something, it's gonna be easy to solve. If you don't practice it at all, it's gonna be always a headache and a mystery. So that's it for this problem. Now we solved it. These are the solutions: 1.3 and minus 0.8. See you in other videos, guys. Take care.